Hello everybody, it's Star Alliance Man with a new and really final update for this airport design. Here we've got basically a bunch of carriers. This is a lot of my models currently, a lot of my collection at the moment. I basically just compiled into one big model airport. So that's pretty much what this fictional update is. Just going to be a little update with tons of international carriers, U.S. carriers. We really have them all in here. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I guess we'll jump right into it. You can see it's the exact same design that I was using for the Chicago airport, which I did a previous update on previously, which is, that was my last airport update. So yeah, I basically drew up this entire sort of airport map that you can kind of see that's drawn along here. I did that myself with paint pens. So just continuing off of that, and then I have this other mat, this actual mat from Airport Diorama Designs, that sort of just goes with it, which is just added to the entire airport. So it's kind of one big airport, and yeah, just got carriers kind of put wherever they are. It's all kind of random here. So yeah, we're just gonna get going with it, and we're gonna begin with the hangar first of all. Just below me, we have the American 777-200. This was in the same position he was at the Chicago airport, but yeah, I didn't really have any space for this guy. You can see, the entire airport's basically full right now. All the terminals are pretty much packed. So for example, this American 222 didn't really have a spot to go, so he's just waiting for a gate to free up, and then he'll park there. Up next, we have a couple FedEx MD-11s. Both of them will head off to Memphis later tonight. Here we have a Korean Air 747-400, just sitting here at the stands. He'll be doing a flight to Seoul later today. Singapore Airlines 777-300ER, awaiting a gate for its departure to Singapore. Over here we have an ANA 787-9 taxiing to the runway for a flight to Tokyo Haneda. Just arrived Iceland Air 767-300 coming in from Reykjavik. And we'll move on with these aircraft here that are just on the stands. I have an Air Mexico 737-800, going to be doing a flight to Mexico City later on. Got a WestJet 737-800 with a service to Vancouver. Then the KLM 787-9, he'll also be taking a gate later on for a night service to Amsterdam. Then just moving on with the gates here, there's not really any terminals, like any actual numbered terminals, like this is Terminal 3 for example. Like there is no really organization with this airport, it's just kind of anything goes. So for example, I did kind of organize this in a way that American Airlines aircraft do park here, but haven't organized it in such a way that, like for example, this is sort of similar to O'Hare, like the O'Hare airport update was, but there was a lot of just different carriers, and I didn't really want to mess around with certain terminals or what, because it's a fictional update, so it doesn't really matter. But anyways, you can see this terminal here with these two strips, and then we got one more over there. This is essentially for American Airlines, couple other carriers that we'll see. Over here we have the Air Canada Rouge 767-300 doing a flight to Vancouver later on. Got an American A321 with a service to New York John F. Kennedy. The American 787-8 with a service to Tokyo Narita. American 737-800 TWA livery with a service to Dallas. U.S. Airways 737-400. Yeah, I am going to bring out some vintage aircraft in here. Sadly, I have to say this is, not really a vintage aircraft necessarily, but it's just one of the older aircraft now, and they were officially retired, so it seems like forever now. Anyways, the U.S. Airways 737-400 with a service to Charlotte. Got a Alaska 737-900 with a service to Seattle. American 737-800 with a service to San Francisco. Singapore Airlines A380 service to Singapore. Alaska 737-700 with a service to Portland. And an Iceland Air 757-200 service to Reykjavik. In the Hekla Aurora livery, as you can see. Moving on to these runways here, we got two runways. So as I was saying, it's the same layout as that O'Hare Airport update if you watch that. So we have a runway there, a runway over there, and then we have two that are parallel right beside each other. They're all parallel, but these are right next to each other. So here we have the Etihad 777-300ER with a service to Abu Dhabi. FedEx MD-11 just taxiing out for a flight to Indianapolis. Got a WestJet 737-700 with a not-south service to Edmonton. Got a American 767-300 lining up on the runway for a flight to London Heathrow. Finnair A330-300 just lined up, and he'll be doing a flight to Helsinki. Moving on here, we got a couple Delta aircraft. I'm saying a couple, but I've tried to fill in as much as my fleet as possible here. We got a Delta 757-200 in the SkyTeam livery, non-stop service to Paris Charles de Gaulle. We got a Delta 757, not 757, 717-200. Going to be doing a flight to Detroit. Delta MD90 with a service to Minneapolis. Delta 737-700 service to Atlanta. Delta CRJ-900 just came in from Minneapolis. Delta MD90 back in the widget livery. He'll be doing a flight to, let's go with, I was going to say Cincinnati, but we'll have him do a flight to LA actually. Here we have a Air Canada E190 doing a service to Vancouver. And then we'll have this E190 go to Toronto. Over here we have a Delta E170, doing a flight to Salt Lake City. American 737-800, just going to be taxiing out for a flight to Chicago O'Hare. Got an Alaska 737-800 Hawaiian lay tail. We'll have him doing a flight to Honolulu. I have an Alaska 737-800. American. Jeez, I'm mixing these up. Got a lot of carriers here. Anyways, this is the American 738. He'll be doing a flight to Miami. Iberia A340-600, nonstop service to Madrid. Here we have the Delta 73, looks like a 900, and he'll be doing a flight to Orlando. Actually, I missed the 717 over here. He was just taxiing behind me, and he'll be doing a flight to go with LA later today. Here we have the American 757-200 in the older livery, and he'll be doing a flight to JFK. American A321, no sharklets, with a service to Charlotte later on. American 737-800 in the Air Cal livery, with a service to, we'll go with Phoenix for this one. American Eagle E145 with a service to Denver. American E145 that already pushed back. Well, they've already pushed back. Both of them have pushed back, but this one's kind of further along. We got an E145 here with a service to Colorado Springs. Southwest 737-700, and that special, I think it's Heart 1 livery, I forget what it was called, but special livery here, just arriving in from Nashville. I have a US Airways Express CRJ-200, nonstop service to Sioux Falls. Here we have a Alaska/Horizon Q400, nonstop service to Portland. And we have a Porter Q400 coming in from Toronto, Billy Bishop. And then the last, the regionals of this little regional terminal here, we have the American E145, just about to push back for, I was going to say Detroit, but kind of trying to come up with something around that area. I'll say like Ottawa. And then here we have another E145. I actually missed one. He's on the other side of the terminal. This last American Eagle E145 with service to Spokane. Over here, we got the Southwest 737-700. New livery, obviously, and he'll be doing a flight to Houston Hobby. Frontier A319, he's in the older livery, doing a service to Denver. JetBlue A320 FDNY livery with a service to JFK. Alaska 737-900, nonstop service to Anchorage. Alaska 737, not Alaska, wow. Southwest 737-700, service to Washington National. Got a JetBlue 320, he'll be doing a flight to Boston. Southwest 738, nonstop service to Oakland. JetBlue A320, just pulling into the gate, coming in from Long Beach. Got a Virgin America 320, heading out to LAX. Behind him, we got a WOW Air A330-300, service to Reykjavik as well. Here we got a Frontier A320. He's in the newer livery, and he'll be doing a flight to Orlando today. He's about to pull up on the runway 33 right, which was actually just getting some landing aircraft in there, so he hasn't pulled in yet. So we're going to actually continue this way. So this is actually the United Airlines terminal, just because, not a majority of my collection because I got a lot of aircraft, but just, an airline where I have the most models for, it would be United. So yeah, I've got all my United aircraft here stated, or kind of parked in this one terminal here. So yeah, we're going to get to those just right after this. We have a few aircraft on the stands. A Swiss A330-300 with a service to Zurich later today. Air New Zealand A320. He's actually just getting a repaint at this airport, so that's why you're seeing some of these sort of odd carriers with, that are very, to be honest with you, I actually forgot to say this, but the airport itself was kind of based in sort of, I wasn't going to say California, but kind of around the center of the U.S. It doesn't really have a specific location, but some aircraft you just wouldn't expect to see in the U.S. at all, like an Air New Zealand A320, for example. He's actually just getting repainted, and then he'll be doing a flight back to New Zealand to begin service. So that's why you're seeing this guy at this airport. Moving on, we have an Air France A380. He was actually in the same spot as he was before, if you watch the O'Hare Airport update. Yeah, he's just getting he had an emergency on board, had to arrive at this airport due to an emergency and just had to get some passengers offloaded for that. So he'll be getting back into service later today. Moving on, we have an Air New Zealand 777-200. Now, this is an actual scheduled flight, so he's coming in from Auckland right now. Moving on, we got the United Airlines terminal itself. I'll actually just start with these aircraft. So we got a bunch of aircraft here, like the 737-700. He just came in from Denver. And some of these are stands. I mean, obviously that's a stand. That's not an actual gate. He's just awaiting a gate since pretty much all of these are full. Anyways, we have a United 777-300ER doing a service to Tel Aviv. So you can see, for example, like that's a Newark Tel Aviv flight, but I mean, I don't really have any other place I could send it to. I mean, I could send it to Hong Kong or Tokyo, but it's all kind of random. So we'll just have that aircraft heading to Tel Aviv. Got the United 777-200 in the Star Alliance livery, non-stop service to Munich. 777-200 next to him with a service to London Heathrow. 767-300 with a service to Paris Charles de Gaulle. 777-200 next to him with a service to Frankfurt. 767-400 with a service to, geez, I was going to say Munich again. 764 non-stop service to Brussels. And here we have another 767-400. Excuse me. Going to be doing a flight to Milan. Over here we have United 222, non-stop service to, geez, one more European destination. I was going to do that, but I think we're going to change that. We'll have this aircraft heading off to Hong Kong. Over here we have an Air China 777-300ER, non-stop service to Beijing. Over here we have a United A319 just on the stands once again, and he'll be doing a flight to, let's go with Minneapolis. You have an ANA 777-300ER just waiting at the gate. He'll be doing a flight to Tokyo and Narita. And lastly, the United 777-200, just pretty much the last of these wide bodies, 777-200 with a non-stop service over to Seoul, South Korea. Moving on with the narrow bodies of United, we have a 757-300 with a service to Orlando. Here we got a 737-900 with a service to Fort Lauderdale. 752 in the Blue Tulip livery doing a service to Chicago O'Hare. United A319, or sorry, that's an A320, and he'll be doing a flight to Indianapolis. Over here we have the 737-800 in the Star Alliance livery with a service to Houston. 757-300 with a service to San Francisco. 737-900 just arrived from LAX. Now the 739 in the Continental Airlines retro livery just arrived from, I was going to say Cleveland actually, because that Continental, anyways. Well, I mean, yeah, it was a Continental hub, but anyways. Got the 739 just coming in from Houston, we'll say Newark. And 737-800 here with a service to Washington Dulles. 757-200 with a non-stop service over to, let's go with, I don't really know what to go for this one. Actually, we'll say Los Angeles. And then this Lufthansa just operating as a code share with a non-stop service to Frankfurt overnight. So that's it for those for that terminal basically. Moving on, we have a couple of more aircraft on the stands. United 787-8 Dreamliner, just on the stands waiting for a gate with a service to Osaka, Japan later on. Star Alliance 777-300. This is not an ER, by the way, if you're wondering. This is just a 777-300, just straight up. And it's an all-white Star Alliance livery Singapore Airlines aircraft. Really, really cool model. Anyways, this aircraft will be doing a flight to Singapore later on. Air New Zealand 777-300ER, also on the stands. Because I do double dailies. Like, for example, I do have a couple more Singapore Airlines aircraft, so, they do 2-3 daily flights to Singapore, and then for Auckland, it's obviously 2 daily. So moving on, we've got the Express Terminal, got a few regionals there. I won't go over those, but you can see I got E145s, CRJ 700s, CRJ 200s. Moving on with some more stands. I just decided to include as many of these as I could. Got a United 757-200 on the stands. We'll be awaiting a flight to Dublin. United 763 here with a service to Amsterdam. Qantas 767-200. This is a weird one as well. He actually will make the flight though, and he'll be doing a non-stop service over to Brisbane. Got a Lufthansa A330-300 with a service to Munich later on. Got a now into the cargo, as you can see. Got a UPS MD-11 service to Louisville. Airbridge Cargo 748 with a service to Moscow. Atlas Air 748 doing a flight to Cincinnati, Kentucky. Lufthansa Cargo 777F service to Frankfurt. China Airlines Cargo 747-400F service to Taipei via Anchorage, and a Singapore Airlines cargo 747-400F, service to Singapore via Anchorage. And then we'll go back over here just to get the rest of these aircraft. But as you can see, we do have a wide range of carriers. I've just kind of gone over the majority of the airport, and that's even before the international terminal. At least I call it that, just because I do have a bunch of these stands available where there are a bunch of international aircraft in here. But as you can see, like this one's for United, and then as we go over here, got Southwest, Alaska, JetBlue, then some regionals, which are only American Airlines anyway. And then we have some more Alaska, American Airlines, Delta Airlines, and then a few internationals just waiting to line up for the runways. But other than that, I'll actually get to the majority of the international carriers that I have at this airport. So yeah, we're going to see that now. So here we are. Got a Copa Airlines 737-800 service to Panama City. Next to him, the 737-800 WestJet with a non-stop service to Toronto. Japan Airlines 787-8 with a service to Tokyo Haneda. I got a Qatar 777-300ER one world livery, non-stop service to Doha. Alaska. I can't get that out of my head. Wow. Lufthansa A340-300, non-stop service to Dusseldorf. Got a Qatar. Wow. Cathay Pacific 777-300ER Spirit of Hong Kong with a service to Hong Kong. Got a JAL 777-300ER in the one world livery with a non-stop service to Tokyo Narita. Lufthansa A380. Sorry. A380 service to Frankfurt. Got a British Airways 747-400. Non-stop service to London Heathrow. Air France 777-200ER, service to Paris Charles de Gaulle. British Airways 777-200, service to London Gatwick. EVA Air 333, Star Alliance livery, service to Taipei. SAS A340-300 with a service to Copenhagen. Turkish Airlines 777-300ER with a service to Istanbul. Singapore Airlines A350-900 with a service to Singapore. Air New Zealand 787-9 with a service to Auckland. Brussels Airlines A330-300 with a service to Brussels. LOT Polish Airlines Dreamliner 787-8 with a service to Warsaw. Asiana A350-900 with a service to Seoul. And then lastly, the Swiss International Airlines 777-300ER with a service to Zurich. Also a couple more aircraft lining up there, but we won't go over those. You can see the Etihad 787-9 arriving in from Abu Dhabi. And then the Virgin Atlantic 747-400, which is just taxiing over here for a flight to London Heathrow. So other than that, that's pretty much going to round up this update. It was kind of a longer one. Got a lot of models, as you can see, but it's kind of a finale sort of update. I don't really know what I'm going to do with this setup from now, so I just decided to make one really big update with a bunch of my aircraft just to kind of make this sort of fictional, kind of fun update for you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, I want to thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment if you'd like. But do like this video, obviously, if you did, and subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm about to hit 1,000, so it would really help if you did subscribe at this moment compared to other moments. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.